Hey yo, what is going on everybody? It's Steven here and welcome back to another tech review. Now today we're going to have a look at a nice power bank from Vinsic. I travel a lot around and I always need my smartphone. Unfortunately, the battery lifetime of some smartphones is very poor and this is why I decided to get a power bank. And after some research I found the Vinsic power bank, which looks really nice, has good quality and comes with a huge capacity of about 20,000 mAh. So as always, a link to buy it if you're interested is down below in the description. And now I would say let's get started with the review. Alright guys, now before we unpack it, let's have a quick look at the specs of this power bank. And it's called a ultra slim power bank because it's just about 50mm thick, and this is really not much for a power bank with a capacity of about 20,000 mAh. Then it's a dual USB power bank. That means you have two USB ports and you can charge two devices simultaneously. Now one port is a fast charging port. That means it can output 2.1 amps at 5 volts. And the other port is just a normal charging port and it outputs about 1 amp. And yes, it outputs at 5 volts, so not 3.6 volts or something. And you also have to keep that in mind because this power bank has 20,000 mAh at 3.7 volts. And it has to convert them to 5 volts to the USB ports. But I will talk about this a little bit later. Then yeah, as I've said, high capacity, 20,000 mAh is a huge capacity. It supports all smartphones and tablets, so iPhones, Samsung, whatever. So it really supports all devices which can be charged over USB. Smartphones, tablets, smartwatches, even the iPhone, but you just need to have the correct charging cable, like for instance the Apple Lightning cable. Then it comes with a aluminum body and that's pretty good because it feels like high quality and also it protects the lithium pack which is inside there. Then it weighs about 450 grams, which is quite heavy, so it's small but it feels really heavy, so it's half a kilogram. And yeah, it's really cheap. Now some shops sell it for about $35, but you can also get it from Vinsic directly for something like $50 and they also get warranty and all that crap. So really nice, and now I would say let's have a look at the Vinsic power bank. Then as always, let's get started with a quick unboxing, and as you can see I've got two of them, and at the end of this video you can decide what I will do with the second one. Here you can see returns and exchange. So here's a little card. If it's broken you can return it, or for the German people, Rückgabe und Umtausch. And basically this card here tells you what you have to do if it's broken, so you can send it back. And yeah, then there's also a warranty card or something included, so we're glad to hear from you. And yes, I'm really glad that I have this power bank too. And here you can see just thanks for choosing whatever. And now let's have a look at the power bank which we have right over here. First of all, it doesn't come with any accessories, so just here the charging cable and that's it guys. Now you can charge the power bank from your computer, or if you have a charger for instance like for your smartphone, you can also charge it with this one. Now yeah, charging from the computer is probably not a good idea because it will take very long for 20,000 mAh if the USB port can just output 0.5 amps. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so that's everything you can find inside of the box, and now I would say let's have a look at the Vinsic power bank. Okay guys, now here you can see the bottom side of the aluminum case, and yes, 20,000 mAh we already know this. Then here you can see input, 2 amps at 5 volts, so that's the maximum input. And yeah, 5 volts because it's USB. You charge it with a micro USB cable which is included. You can use a charger or the USB port of your computer. And 2 amps is the maximum current. And yeah, that equals something like 10 watts maximum input power. Then the output power depends on the port you're going to use. You can see here are two ports, so we have a 5 watt port and a 10.5 watt port, which is the quick charging port. So this is for devices like tablets which have a bigger battery or devices which support quick charging. And the maximum output current is 2.1 amps. Now here on the right side you can see that all the connectors here are labeled. At the top we have power display. We'll just have a quick look at the power display in a minute. Then here power in, and here the power output port, so 2.1 amp the quick charging port and the 1 amp default USB charging port. Alright guys, so that's the back side. Now let's have a look at the connectors. So here you can see them, so actually nothing special, and it's also possible to dismantle this power bank, as we'll do a bit later. Now you have to remove those screws here, so 2 on each side, and then you can pull out the battery, and we'll do it just a bit later. Now here you can see the USB port, so the normal one and the quick charging port, and here the micro USB port to charge it. So you just have to connect the cable and then to a computer or something to charge it. Now there's also a display which shows you the battery percentage left. And now here you can see it, so the upper one is almost full, so 99%, and the other one has 92%. and it's sometimes a bit hard to read, so it looks bad on the picture. But I have to say, this is a absolutely cool feature, because on some power banks you never know, are they full, are they not full, but here you can definitely see if they're full or not and how much is left. So I think that's really cool and also looks really great. But unfortunately there's no switch to switch it off or something, so that you really know, now there's absolutely no power on the whole board or something. So always when you press the button here, then the display lights up and shows you the battery percentage. Okay, I have now connected my Galaxy Note 4 to the power bank with the USB cable which was included with the power bank. And it's connected to the quick charging port, and you can see here it's definitely charging. So we have here the milliamp flow, it's plus 745 milliamps right now. And the battery is almost full, so we have 86% or 85% right now, and that means it starts to slow down. So when you approach 100%, then the milliamp flow goes down. When the battery is almost empty, it charges very fast. But I will just show you charging with an empty battery in a couple of seconds. And here you can see it, I'm pretty satisfied with the quick charging port because we have a pretty good milliamp flow. Then now let me connect a second device, and also let's try it with an empty battery. Now here's the same test with two devices. We have the same app on both, so it's the battery monitor widget. The Galaxy S4 on the left side is connected to the normal charging port, and the Galaxy Note 4 with an empty battery is connected to the quick charging port. And yeah, just have a look at this, so plus 1600 milliamps. So the milliamp flow is pretty good, and that's almost the maximum which this charging port can give you, and that's pretty good. Also with the second device connected, which is the Galaxy S4, which charges with about plus 500 to 600 milliamps on the 1A port, which is also quite good. And I have to say I'm pretty satisfied with the charging power here, because the devices are on, and yeah, you can see here for instance I could charge the Galaxy Note 4 here in 2 hours, which is very good, and the Galaxy S4 here in about 4 hours. And yeah, it really depends. Now when you switch off the device it will charge faster, but all in all I'm very satisfied with the charging power of the Vinsic power bank. And also the capacity seems to be pretty good. Now I have played around with it, charged some devices, and still 93% left, so that looks pretty good. But now I want to see what we can find inside of the power bank, so how it looks like, how the build quality looks like, and also if the battery really has 20,000 milliamp hours. So let's just go, let's open it up, and let's remove the battery on the Vinsic power bank. So there we go guys. Now to open up the power bank we just need one single screwdriver, and it has to be a special screwdriver, so a Torx screwdriver. And it's a very small one, so I guess a T3 or T4 or something. And you just have to remove about 4 screws, and then you can just pull out the battery. Now there are 2 screws here on the front side, 2 on the back side. You just have to unscrew them, so I will just now show you them. And then you can remove the plastic cover, so you just have to squeeze it out, and then you can remove here the front panel and just pull the battery out. Now what you can see is that I cannot shut off the power, so there is no power switch or something, and I hope I don't short anything, so you have to be a bit careful here that you don't short any contacts here with your screwdriver. But I think I can do this, so I will just now remove all the screws, and then I will just remove the front and back plate, and then we can just pull out the battery. Now after you have removed those 4 screws, you can remove the front and back cover, and this is actually really easy because they are just plastic covers. Only the shell is aluminum, but the front and back cover is just plastic. And here you can see the control panel, so the control board, which contains here the USB ports and also converts the voltage of the battery pack to 5 volts on the USB ports. Alright guys, then now let's just pull out the battery and let's have a look at it. So there we go guys. So I just had to remove some glue off camera, so I didn't see it, but after you have removed some glue you can easily slide out the battery pack, and you can definitely see it's a lithium battery pack, but yeah, what the fuck. So we have here some double-sided tape on the battery pack, but there's still the protection film on there, as you can see, so that looks really strange. But now let's get the battery out of the case and let's have a look at the battery pack. Alright ladies and gentlemen, so here it is, and that's the heart of the power bank. So that's what you can find in most power banks, and it's a lithium battery pack. But it's not one single battery pack, so it consists out of some other battery packs. And we have here 4 layers, and each layer has 17 watt hours. Now if you multiply 4 times 17, then you get 68 watt hours. Actually it should have 72, but yeah, 68 is definitely okay too. Here you can see we have 4 layers, so 4 layers of lithium battery packs. And all in all, it looks really good. So it's definitely a lithium battery pack and the voltage is 3.7 volts. Now I've measured it and yes, definitely 3.7 volts. Now the problem is the USB ports output 5 volts. That means the voltage gets converted from 3.7 to 5 volts and then back to 3.6 again, so to your smartphone's battery, and that means you lose power. So it's just lost during the conversion. Now that's also a factor which you should keep in mind when you buy a power bank. Now high quality power banks have better efficiency during the conversion, so not that much energy is lost. But yeah, on this one here it's pretty good, and I can charge my Galaxy Note 4 approximately 4 times until the power bank is empty, so that's pretty good. Now once again here you can see the board, and basically this does the conversion from 3.7 to 5 volts, and also the battery pack is directly wired to the board here, and the board contains all the connectors. Now the last thing I quickly want to talk about is the double-sided tape here. Now maybe that's just to fill the gap here between the battery pack and the case, or maybe that's just to fix it, but yeah, that foil here is not removed, so actually the other side of the double-sided tape is not sticky if the foil is not removed, and maybe you cannot slide it in anymore if the foil is not on there. But yeah, maybe they just forgot to remove it, I don't know. But all in all, I have to say also without that it feels pretty good in there, so it's not sliding around in the case, and the battery pack is heavier than the whole aluminum case. And all in all, the battery pack seems to be very good quality. Once again, here you can see the data, so 17 watt hours per pack times 4. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that's basically what you can find in the Vinsic power bank. So all in all, if you can get it for $50 or below $50, it's definitely worth the money. Now, I'm using it very often, so at university, if I travel around, and it's definitely worth the money, so at least for me, and I've got 2 of them. So you can decide, guys, if you want to have a giveaway or if you want to see me blowing it up. Now maybe you have seen that those lithium battery packs can also explode. So if you want to see me blowing it up and also shooting it, then just leave a comment down below. Or if you want a giveaway, also leave a comment down below. And after about 5 days, I will just see which one has more comments. So if we have more comments on blowing it up, we'll just destroy it. And if we have more comments on giveaway, I will just do a giveaway on it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so that was my review of the Vinsic power bank. All in all, I can definitely recommend it. It's pretty great. Link is down below if you're interested. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope that I can see you again in my next videos. So have a nice day and bye bye.